So welcome back guys to another video today, and I am very excited to show BombRush CyberFunk. It finally officially released for the PC and Nintendo Switch. Very soon. I know it's coming to PlayStation and Xbox maybe around September 1st. And I saw on PlayStation that you could add it to your wish list. Definitely hopped on that. So, as we dive into the game head first, it introduces us to this little space, and here is our main character and whatnot. Not really a whole lot going on in this scene, but it throws you into the game, just kind of have you get up, look around the cell for a little bit, and then it puts you right into the story, where we are introduced to this character that got out of the cell and helps you out throughout the way. He's pretty much the introduction to the whole tutorial until we move into the main game. So as we hop into this first part, we are introduced to these two characters whose names we will learn very soon. So far, all they have to do at the moment is this guy's looking for a way out, and somehow this dude got out, so he's helping him out right here. I also think that the introduction for BombRush CyberFunk, the tutorial here, is pretty damn well crafted. He's wondering what the plan is. He just sees homie dipping. He's just fucking out of there. So as we run down this hall, we gotta bust the left. So I gotta say also that the design of this whole area right here is pretty cool. With the busted hole in the ceiling, the debris laying on the floor, the shading, the lighting of all of it completely fits the scene and eases you into what's coming next. It's pretty much also with the aftermath that you see lying all around. It kind of gives the atmosphere for what the rest of the game might be like or is going to be like, which is also a pretty important design here. So we're introduced to these two characters. Of course, our main character, which is Foxhole in the blue shirt. Trice is the leader of the BombRush crew. This is the very first part of the game. It throws you right into the tutorial. Here we learn how to do the air dash, which is pretty much also the double jump. It's a pretty cool design for the backpack or the jetpack, whatever you want to call it here. That little yellow dash, and we hop into the graffiti. They got some really sick graffiti shit. It teaches how to slide. And this is the most interesting part that first, caught my attention. With the inline skates being thrown down, saying that you can switch between, you can run on foot, you can use skates, you can also use a skateboard, you can use bikes in this game, which is pretty sick. Hop on here, do a little grind, collect these little orbs. They explain what it is in just a second. Gotta get this. Then we bust it right here, and he now talks about these little orbs. So these orbs are so they go towards your boost pack, right? Pretty much in this game, they got rid of the need to always have to carry around graffiti cans, and they just switched it up for this, which I think is so convenient when you have to go look for a graffiti can, like how in the Jet Set Radio games you have to run around looking for all this shit. But now it's just convenient to hit one button and do this little sick shit that got going on here. And also rep that you see up in the corner. So rep throughout the whole game is just used to be able to continue the story, interact with certain characters, and get to where you need to get to. So here we're gonna hit the last one in the office, and then the next one in this little area. Get that up a little bit. Bust through this window here. Just crash right through. Do a little jump, a little skip. Here we're talking to the homie. He's talking about we have to get through. We do a little tag right here. And this is where it introduces you to the very first boss of the game. Now, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce this character's name, where it's right field, I have no fucking idea. And she's pretty easy to beat. So let me explain it real quick. As soon as we start the battle, you can start kicking around, but I found the best way to do it is pretty much, ram into her with using the air dash, hit her a couple times. Also, these guys on the floor are pretty annoying. You also have to defeat them, but they're fairly quick to beat. On top of using these attacks, you can also use graffiti. Like in Jet Set Radio franchise, you can graffiti the backs and beat them. I think it was pretty cool to leave that part in. Haven't really seen it in a long while, so it's the little details matter. You don't really have to do it, you could always just beat them the normal way, but I think it's also a pretty cool way to finish off a boss. just goes flying away. Here, they're about to go running up, but decide to have little conversations talking about he wants him to crew. He's pretty much disagreeing. Also, the character designs. You notice that how they keep the shading and the polygon type thing going on? It's really, really cool. It's also pretty nostalgic to see it, because most games these days aren't really doing it. I mean, we got Hi-Fi Rush, whatever the name of that game is, but I think it was pretty cool. And then you also got this other game for PC called Butterfly. It's pretty amazing. Anyway, so here we're introduced to Cyberhead. He's pretty much the main villain of this story here. And we have to go throughout the game conquering different areas just to be able to face him again. He does a little slick move here, tosses blade, chops homie's head off. Trice is looking bad, confused as fuck, like what the hell just happened to my bro? Didn't you say he was just about to join my game, now he gets fucked up? He's pretty worried, gives him a little look. It's like, who the fuck is this dude? They fall off the cliff, and we move into the very first part. So, in this whole scene, we are introduced to the BombRush gang, and its whole hideout. So here he finally wakes up, and now we are introduced to the other character of the BombRush crew, and that's Belle. She is more along the lines with Rith than really dumb, I'd have to say. Her design is kind of similar to Rith's. Maybe it's the blue, I don't know. Maybe it's the huge titties hanging out, probably, but either way, still pretty cool. I also love the design and layout of the garage. It's not exactly the same as Jet Set Radio Future, but it's more eerily similar to that one, with its own twist and kick to it. From the carpets laying out to the little TV busted in there, and the skateboards just everywhere, I think it's pretty cool. And by everywhere, I mean just sitting on the table. But either way, it's a cool little design that they have. So here he learns that, you know, his head was cut off, and he's put this little cyber head on the body of the old person that he used to belong to. So how this pretty much works is the cyber head that he has on right now has no memory or recollection of the body that it's currently on. That's pretty much the way that it works. But later on in the game, and spoilers, if you guys are planning on playing this, but the head that's currently on that body isn't just a cyber head, it's the head of somebody else who's decapitated, and you learn later on in the game as to what happened and who this is. It introduces all of that. I'm not trying to give out any spoilers here or ruin it for anybody that plans on playing the game this time of the month or whatever. Just doing a little intro here for his boy, saying can't call him pretty boy anymore, and Belle thinks he's pretty fucking cute, so. And also it's Belle that we are introduced to for the pretty much second part of the tutorial of this game. So here we're introduced to grinding, you know. It's pretty easy to do. It's not like it's something overly complicated. You just jump and press X. It's pretty cool though. We will get into the rest of this into the next video, because at the moment I'm still feeling very sick from these last few days, but I just really wanted to introduce this to y'all, and hopefully you guys are rocking with it, and definitely like to bring you guys a part 2. See you.